মর্নিং, আজকে স্যাটারডে। আমরা আজকে একটা নতুন জায়গায় যাচ্ছি লন্ডন থেকে। সাউথ কেনিংস্টন স্টেশনে এখন এসেছি, অ্যালগেট থেকে, অ্যালগেট স্টেশন থেকে আমরা সাউথ কেনিংস্টন স্টেশনে এসেছি। এখানে ওয়েদার এখনও সেই খুব ফগি টাইপের, বৃষ্টি হয়েছে, হালকা হালকা ডিজলিং হচ্ছে একটু। এখান থেকে আমাদের একটা প্রাইভেট বাস আছে, সেখান থেকে আমাদেরকে নিয়ে যাবে এই জায়গাটার নাম কটসওল্ড। কালকে উইন্টার ওয়ান্ডারল্যান্ডে গেলাম, লাস্টে ফেরার সময় ভিডিও করিনি, অনেক লেট হয়েছিল। মেট্রো খুব প্রচণ্ড ক্রাউডেড, মেট্রো এত ক্রাউডেড, দাঁড়ানোরও জায়গা নেই। সেরকম সিচুয়েশনে ভিডিও করা খুব ডিফিকাল্ট। এখন মোটামুটি কেনিংস্টন স্টেশন থেকে 2-3 মিনিট যেতে হবে, যেখানে স্ট্যান্ডটা আছে বাসের, সেখানে গিয়ে ভিডিওটা অন করছি। আবার অনেক গাড়িতে এল লেখা আছে আমাদের ওখানের মতো। এখানে লাইসেন্স পাওয়ার কথা বলছিলাম, খুবই ডিফিকাল্ট, মানে ইন্ডিয়ার মতো ওরকম নয়, লাইসেন্স খুব ইজিলি হয়ে যাবে। এখানে ফার্স্টে থিওরিটিক্যাল টেস্ট একটা আছে, সেটাই 2-3 ঘন্টার টেস্ট। প্র্যাকটিক্যাল 50 মিনিট টেস্ট। ডিফারেন্ট কাইন্ড অফ সিচুয়েশান দেবে, সেখানে ড্রাইভ করে দেখাতে হবে। ওরকম এল বানালাম বা 8 মতো রাউন্ড করলাম, এরকম কিছু নেই। অনেক ডিফিকাল্ট লাইসেন্স পাওয়া। অডি ইলেকট্রিক কার চার্জ হচ্ছে এখানে, এরকম একটা চার্জিং স্টেশন, ইলেকট্রিক গাড়ি চার্জ করে। ওকে, তোমাদের বাস আই থিঙ্ক গো টুরস, তাতেই আমরা যাবো। এই হচ্ছে আমাদের বাস, যেটা করে আমরা যাবো কটসওল্ড। দুটো বাস এখানে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে।
My name is Len and I'll be your driver for today, okay? We're off to the Cotswolds. Everybody going to the Cotswolds today?
I suppose, yes.
Yeah, good. Nobody's going to Brighton, nobody's on the wrong bus. Everybody's good. Okay, so before we get started, there are 6 emergency exits on this bus. This door is number 1, my door is number 2, 3 and 4 are the 2 large windows on either side. There are little red hammers above each of the windows. You take off the red hammer, you tap on the 30 minutes, half an hour. Our third stop is our lunch stop. We'll be there for 90 minutes, 1.5 hours. Okay? And then our last stop, 45 minutes. So 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1.5 hours, and 45 minutes. Then we'll head back to London. Anywhere safely, I can stop along this street at about 5:45, 6 o'clock this evening. Okay, guys? Any issues?
No.
Nobody has 4:30 tickets to anything? No? Afternoon tea with the king? Nothing? Okay, no problem. So that's our day. I'll keep you informed as we move along. Eating and drinking throughout the day, anything you like, anytime you like, absolutely fine. There are 3 rules. Rule number 1, please be considerate to all guests and not eat anything to smell. Please start to look on either side and you'll start to see the lovely cottages. They say that walking through Burford in 2024 is not much different from walking through Burford in 1724, and nothing much has changed. Head down into the high street. Over on the right hand side you'll start to see the steeple of John the Baptist Church. Just here on the left hand side is Linwood's Cafe. It's a local Cotswold's coffee shop. Teas, coffees, they make their own bread. They have Wi-Fi and toilets. Just here on the corner, this chemist is the oldest chemist in England. Opened its doors in 1734, and if you pop in there and have a look at the top shelves, you see the original bottles with ingredients from 1734. As far as the recommended route is to first go over to the right, have a look at John the Baptist Church, then come back through, have a look at the shops, the cottages, grab a coffee at Linwood's, then come back to the bus. Just behind this white van here, you'll see a sign that says public toilets, ladies and gents. Those are the public toilets. We'll be down here, we'll be parked here for 1 hour, leaving at 5 minutes past 11, 11:05 will be our departure time. And before we leave at 11:05, I'll tell you more about the big house at the end of the street. So if you want to explore the village, please remember to use your QR code to find your way back to this point. But please enjoy your time in Burford. See you at 11:05.
গুড মর্নিং, কটসওয়াল ভিলেজে চলে এসেছি। এখানে আমাদের 1 ঘন্টা টাইম আছে, এখন সকাল 10:05। উই হ্যাভ টাইম টিল 11:05। কিন্তু অনেক কিছু এরিয়া আছে এখানে কভার করো। রাস্তা খুব সুন্দর, মানে 2 ঘন্টা লাগলো লন্ডন সিটি থেকে। অ্যাকচুয়ালি 2 ঘন্টা নয়, 8:30-এ স্টার্ট করেছিল, 1.5 ঘন্টা, 1 ঘন্টা 40 মিনিট, 190 কিলোমিটার্স রাস্তা। দারুণ ওয়েদার এখানে। ফাইনালি অনেক দিন, 9 দিন পর, 8 দিন পর সূর্য দেখতে পাচ্ছি, দারুণ লাগছে। লন্ডন অল টাইম মানে ক্লাউডি, খুব foggy weather এখানে, খুব সুন্দর। আমার খুব একটা ঠান্ডা লাগছে না এখানে। Which one?
I'm saying it is fucking freezing.
This is church, right? Famous Cotswold church.
Man, go either side.
Oh,
You can record or will come this side. Hey, what is that, man? Aeroplanes. We'll do some begging here. We'll do some begging.
really nice place, huh?
Not nice. It is like Anju. Can you come back here? I will take one shot.
চার্চের মধ্যে ঢুকছি। থ্যাংক ইউ।
We nearly got it, but it wasn't quite there because we hadn't told you it was going to stay there.
I think not going to craves at that point, so all in white shall wear babes around.
When you say going to wait, so you got absolutely even up in this one. Yeah, so when you say going to
Yes, so after this foreign, I'll make it pretty clear to just watch it. No.
Yes. Yeah. I know it looks like it's going over, but frankly it's not there. after truth, and please don't greet after righteousness. Greet somewhere else. Between effective rather than only angry.
Penelope.
So I'm just going to whiz through the history of it very quickly. It's called the Priory. The name is the Priory, and the history of it. Where can I start? Let's go back to 313 AD. Okay, 313 AD. So in 313 AD, the Roman Emperor Constantine converted into Christianity, which meant that the Roman Empire became Christian because the Romans. Because the UK was part of the Roman Empire since 43 AD, in 313 AD we became Christian. And then in 410 the Romans left. They were recalled back to Rome. So far so good? Okay, so we've got 43, 313, 410. In 410 the Romans left. They went back to Rome. The next guys to come in were the Germanic warrior tribes, the Saxons, the Jutes and the Angles. They were not Christian. They were very different, Game of Thrones type guys, very, very different. So they came in Christianity stopped. In 597, Rome sent Augustine back to the UK to reinstate Christianity. So far so good? Okay, he landed here. This is Canterbury. He founded our oldest cathedral in Canterbury, Canterbury Cathedral, 597. So from Canterbury, Augustine spread out, opening monasteries all over the country where his monks would teach the religion. So this was one of the monasteries opened by Augustine. So this is where his monks would live and they would teach the local people about Christianity. So that happened, and then in 1170, okay guys, 1170, John the Baptist Church was built. So from 1170 they built the church, so the job of the priory moved to the church. The priory then became a hospital for monks. So anywhere in the country, if a monk was unwell, he would come here to Burford for medical treatment. So, and then in 50, and from that day to this day, that royal order has never been broken. There are no flowers, and hence the name Green Park. The Cotswolds, as you can see around us, mostly everything in the Cotswolds is made from stone, but this is a thatch roof cottage. They locally made, where the local resources are hay, but here in the Cotswolds the local resource is limestone, so everything is made from limestone. The tradesman is called a thatcher, and the thatcher will get a metre of hay, compact it down and lay it across the timbers of the roof. It will last for about 60 years once it's done, and once it's done, it's these constant maintenance needs to be kept clean. Side walls, the roofs, some of the roofs are slate, some of them are limestone, but it's used for everything, and it's the trademark of the Cotswolds. When you start to see the yellow tinted stone, that's when you know that you're in the Cotswolds. The whole 90-mile radius of the Cotswolds, from Bath all the way up to Stratford-upon-Avon, is limestone, but that's what makes it expensive to live here, because there is no DIY. If anything goes wrong with your wall, your house, your roof, you have to call in a specialist, and they can, because you have no choice, they can charge whatever they like. So it's very, very expensive, even if you want to build a new house from scratch, because it's the trademark and because you need planning permission. Again, you have to use limestone, so you're caught in that circle of having it as the trademark. This house on the left hand side, beautiful house. Even the windows on this house are made from stone. The plaque on the wall there says 1676. 1676 of that house. And again, on the right hand side, an amazing example of a thatch roof cottage.
Hey Len, can you turn on some heat back here, please? Heat? That's what he said. Thanks.
They're very, very important to life in the Cotswolds. The brown one is very, very naughty.
Yeah, he's looking around.
But the white one is very cute. But these guys are quite the celebrities now. In the Cotswolds, there are 3 alpaca farms. They're bred and they're used for life in the Cotswolds. The mating season of the sheep starts in November, last month, November, and the baby lambs are born in April. The alpacas are introduced into the fields in January. They will live on farmland. Now this village was built around farmland. The farmland was owned or is owned by the Barrington family, and these cottages would have been built by the farmers who were renting and working that land. So we go through Great Barrington, and then next we'll go past the Barrington Estates where the family still live, and then we'll go through Little Barrington, the overflow village. So this is Great Barrington. the Thames had the nickname the Big Stick before the underground sewer system because of this habit. When the so they emptied the dirty water and it would run into the Thames. The stray cats and stray dogs of London, they would eat and drink anything they could get their paws on, but they would never ever drink from the gutter. The smell was terrible. It was so bad it warned them away from drinking from the gutter. But on days of very heavy rain, the rainwater would fall into the gutter, be diluted, then dilute the water, and the smell would go away. So on days of heavy rain, there would be no smell. So the stray cats and the stray dogs would come along and drink from the gutter. The water was still very, very dirty, disgustingly dirty. The dogs would lose it. So the following morning, after heavy rain, They are the most photographed cottages in the UK. They were once featured in the back of the British passports. Many artists have painted them, many poets have written about them. They're called the Arlington Row, and they're just coming up on the left-hand side. A famous story about them is that a gentleman from North America, Mr. Henry T. Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Company, he wanted to buy the Arlington
Excellent, man. Any fish is there? Oh, you are looking for fish every day. I'm not. I like to see this. No. Huh?
Salmon. This is how it is. By seeing this, you will feel stressful. That is why I was looking everywhere. I was Bibury villages. Pro map. Footpaths. Can you come this side, recording? Link. Squirrel. काट भी जाने सामने ये बहुत आएगी ना
Okay guys, just quickly before a car comes around the corner towards us, the little building on the right hand side is called a lockup. A lockup. If you look Google lockup, they'll come up. If you're in a small village that doesn't have a police station, the village will have a lockup. And if you are drunk and disorderly and get kicked out of your hotel or pub, the landlord will introduce you to the lockup. This is a lockup. Notice that there are no windows. You're sitting there to wait for the police to come and pick you up. Anything between an hour and 24 hours, you could be in the lockup. It's very dark, it's very wet, it's very smelly, so I've been told. And it's not a very nice place to be, but it's called the lockup. And the phrase blind drunk comes from the lockup. If somebody was asked, what happened to you last night? I was blind.
अब मुझसे, मिलने को है कोई कहीं अब तुझसे, ये रास्ता है कह रहा अब मुझसे, मिलने को है कोई कहीं अब तुझसे। दिल को है क्यों ये बेताबी, किससे मुलाकात होनी है, जिसका कब से अरमा था शायद वही बात होनी है। यूं ही चला चल रही, यूं ही चला चल रही, जीवन गाड़ी है समय पहिया। आंसू की नदियां भी हैं, खुशियों की बगियां भी हैं, रास्ता सब तेरा तक है भैया। यूं ही चला चल रही, यूं ही चला चल रही, कितनी हसीन है ये दुनिया। फूल सारे झमेले देख फूलों के मेले, बड़ी रंगीन है ये दुनिया। जिधर भी इन राहों में रंग पिघलते हैं निगाहों में, ठंडी हवा है ठंडी छाँव है, दूर वो जाने किसका गाँव है। बादल ये कैसा छाया, दिल ये कहाँ ले आया, सपना ये क्या दिखलाया है मुझको। हर सपना सच लगे जो प्रेम अगन जले, जो राह तू चले अपने मन की, हर पल किसी से मोती ही तू चुने, जो तू सदा सुने अपने मन की। यूं ही चला चल रही, यूं ही चला चल रही, कितनी हसीन है ये दुनिया। फूल सारे झमेले देख फूलों के मेले, बड़ी रंगीन है ये दुनिया। मन अपने को कुछ ऐसे हल्का पाए, जैसे कंधों पे रखा बोझ हट जाए, जैसे भोला सा बचपन फिर से आए, जैसे बरसों में कोई गंगा नहाए। गया है यूं मन, खुल सा गया हर बंधन, जीवन अब लगता है पावन मुझको। जीवन में प्रीत है, होठों पे गीत है, बस ये ही जीत है, सुन ले राही। तू जिस दिशा भी जा, तू प्यार ही लुटा, तू दीप ही जला, सुन ले राही। यूं ही चला चल रही, यूं ही चला चल रही, कौन ये मुझको पुकारे। नदियाँ पहाड़ झील और झरने
कलर की है।
কেন তুমি চলে যাও, তোমার অত করার কি আছে তাই না? তোমার কি, তোমার তো নিজের বাড়ি, এরকম কিছু খরচ তো না করার তো কিছুই নেই। Bourton-on-the-Water সেই ভিলেজ আমরা আছি এখন।
Oh, cool.
We get 25 for this one.
Yeah, see, and that's what I used to say.
Because
Hello.
they've made a few people in general.
We are in UK, so we will just shake our head. We don't say hello.
Want to come for shopping? 6টার সময় বললো তো, এখন আরেকটা জায়গায় নিয়ে যায় মনে হয়। খুব সুন্দর জায়গা, ভিডিও করে নিয়ে গেছি। ও কখন এলো?
The second, and he was crowned king in 1660. So from 1660 of King Charles II to today, King Charles III, we've had a straight run of monarchy ever since. We've only had those 10 years where we were a republic, and Oliver Cromwell had the title Lord Protector. So we're just about to pull into the village of Stow. So Stow was a sheep market village, and so if you can try to imagine, there would have been maybe 5,000 head of sheep coming through these streets every single day to be bought and sold. So this is a 45-minute stop, 45 minutes to So we'll be leaving here at 3:30. 3:30. I'll drive you around the square and I'll drop you off just quickly. As I said, open in 947, so you can pop in there for an emergency Chardonnay or emergency beer in one of the old pubs of England. Try to imagine within those four walls all the stories that would have been spoken about within those walls over the last 1,000 years. The third reason that Stow is famous is because of the author J.R. Tolkien. Now, he wrote The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. He wrote The Hobbit here in Stow, which was published in 1937. His brother lived in a village further on. He was at Oxford University, and between Oxford and his brother's village, he stopped in Stow quite often to think, to write, for inspiration, and the inspiration behind The Hobbit is still here in Stow. It's a beautiful old doorway.
Go good.
Thank you.
Take it to the pub.
Hobbit door.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll take a few.
Hobbit door.
Cheers.
এখান থেকে 3:30 সময় ছাড়বে গাড়ি। হ্যাঁ 2 ঘন্টা 2 ঘন্টা হ্যাঁ 200 কিলোমিটার দূরে।
That's okay. He come up with, and now they're all the best of friends.
আমাদের রুমের লাস্ট ভিউ আজকে রুম আমরা ছেড়ে দিচ্ছি, বেরিয়ে যাবো এরপর গুড বাই লন্ডন। এই রুমে ছিলাম টানা 10 দিন। 523 হোটেল ক্লেটন, নিউ ডাম স্ট্রিট রোড। গেট নাম্বার 10, এমিরেটসের মেট্রো করে আসতে হলো। ট্রেনের দিকে যাচ্ছি, কতটার সময় ফ্লাইট, এখন বাজছে 1:05, বোর্ডিং স্টার্ট হবে। খতম খতম এক্সপিরিয়েন্স। Okay, Dubai, go gate 12 now. We have to go to 12th number gate. That's fine.
He's drunk. He took 2 glasses of vodka, 60 ml. Charlie Watsi.
Thank you, Mr. Dimitri. Second right, please, Mr. Goff.